Hi, welcome to my presentation, which is focusing on the challenges that are with remote management. So why is this topic important for us to cover and really understand what challenges are associated with it? Over the years, we had the following stats that came out. We had in 2020, which was before COVID-19, there were already 7 million people working remotely in the workforce. So that's about 3.4% of the population. Then we have about 43% of U.S. employees were at least working some of the time in a remote workplace. And finally, over the last 5 years, the number of people working remotely has grown by 44%. That's a substantial amount, and these stats were provided by Kelly Wong. So why does this mean, or what does this mean? Why is it important? The idea of a remote workforce is not going anywhere. This is becoming increasingly popular, and many companies were able to see the benefits of a remote workforce because of COVID-19. So the pandemic really put this motion into full-fledged effect, which now managers are having to realize, how are we transitioning our workforce from operating in an office to now becoming completely remote? And unfortunately, there's a lot of challenges for managers with this type of transition. So a lot of managers are having to deal with the problem of not having that full visibility on their team. A lot of managers like to have that walking over to their employees' desks, knowing about what's going on with their activity, what they may need help with. And so because of the lack of training that has been provided over the past couple months, this has caused managers to micromanage their employees in increasingly amount throughout these past couple months. In addition, because managers don't know what a good balance is, some of the employees are actually feeling like they're not being supported either during this transition or stepping into a full-on remote workforce. There's also limited communication between management and the employees. So before, when we were in an office setting, employees were able to go up to their managers freely, but now it's more you have to make phone calls, see Skype. So there's a lot more challenges, and management hasn't had that, again, proper training to help them out with it. In addition, they're unable to track work or productivity, and they're also unaware of how to keep the company culture alive, which is very important when having your employees in the remote workforce, because that helps with attraction and retention. And because of this new remote workforce, managers have actually delayed hiring new staff because they're unaware of how the process should look. So what are some solutions? Technology has really played a huge role in helping out the remote workforce. So 52% of employees who work remotely use computers that are provided by their company. And what essentially this does is it helps create the company culture that's been lacking with the virtual happy hours. There's more time that the managers can schedule one-on-one meetings with their teams through a Zoom or Skype meeting to try and add that face-to-face interaction. And it really helps the employees still feel like they are connected with the company. The next part is communication. So 47% of management communicate frequently and well. So that's not 100%, and there's still companies that are still struggling with this. And we know that the frequent communication is going to help employees understand what's going on. So especially now with our current pandemic, it's going to be important for management to be in constant communication with their workforce, because they're going to be the ones that are delivering the message from the C-suite. So they're going to be able to get that real-time update on any company changes, policies, and expectations. So making sure that we drive that communication to almost on a daily basis or an every other day is going to be crucial to helping out these challenges the management's experiencing with this new workforce. And finally, we have the work-life balance. So 18% of management support the work-life balance for their employees. Again, that's a very low number. We are under the 50% mark. And this is crucial for management to want to really emphasize to their employees, because this will help their employees disconnect when working at home. It also helps support any parents that are in this remote workforce, and especially now with having their kids also learn from home as well. So we have to be able to work together. In addition, the work-life balance will also help employees with time management. So again, some of these solutions have been shown that it has helped out management, but again, not all the companies are supporting their management teams. So they're experiencing a lot of challenges operating in this new remote workforce, especially if you had a company that didn't give this as an option to their employees prior to the pandemic. And here are all my references. So thank you so much for joining me on this brief PowerPoint.